Alright, so doing a little bit of work on the Triumph today. Did the rear axles, did the Heim joints on the 4-link, and today I'm going to swap out torque converter. The one that's in it's from eBay. It's kind of like a stock-ish. I think it was like 2400 stall converter, nothing fancy at all, literally $200. I'm surprised it worked as well as it did. So I'm gonna swap it out for this one. It's supposed to be around 28 to 3400 stall. See what it stalls out going down the track. Hopefully, if it's any higher than what this is in it right now, it'll do much better. Then go ahead and crank this thing up and head to the shop. But I will say, this thing is a lot bouncier and stiffer with those Heim joints. But at the same time, it feels like way more connected to the road. Before, it was kind of like a boat on the water, just kind of not really sure if you're in control or not, but it's still moving kind of where you want it to go. But now it feels, when you point it there, it's dead straight and stays really nice and straight, doesn't wiggle, but it feels more like a race car. Just really bouncy at low speed. You feel the road for sure. So in order to get the transmission out, the first thing you have to do is take the seats out. I actually cut the headrest off of Caitlin's seat. I'm going to make a little headrest that attaches to the roll bar back there and just clamps on, because I cannot actually get that seat out with the headrest on it. So I went ahead and cut that off. Mine will come out with the headrest on, so that's good. And then I've got my transmission tunnel that comes out, and then also this whole back piece comes out too. The cross member is directly underneath, and it is kind of like everything is all together on this car as far as the floor. So it's not exactly an easy thing to change the transmission or to do torque converter or even take the engine out, because I've got to do that too. I got to pull the seats and at least pull the transmission tunnel in order to get the bell housing bolts off. So that is the unfortunate thing about this car, but I do have other plans as far as changing some things, but right now it's going to stay like this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these seats out and get started on swapping this torque converter. least 60 pounds. Holy crap. That one's probably about half the weight. there's a huge difference in weight. So, hoping, well, I mean, I know it'll make a big difference, but it'll also take a little bit of weight off the front end, which is pretty good. So, just looking at this converter, I mean, the paint never really got hot. I don't see any blistering on the paint. So, I guess it was running pretty good as far as not getting the torque converter too hot. So, gonna fill this thing up with a quart of fluid and clean up my mess, then put this guy in there. Alright, gonna do a trans brake test and see how it likes the new torque converter. It's not, oh, hold on. There we go, ready? Try that again here in a minute. Alright, we're gonna try the trans brake one more time. So it seems like it gets up okay. Stalling on the motor about 3,200. I don't have any CO2 on it right now, so it won't build any boost. I think it might build like maybe 1 pound or something like that. Also, that should have taken or made a data log as long as I left the chip in there. Coolant temp's still good, 191, 189. Probably about to go ahead and get out of here before it starts raining. Just clean up everything in the shop. And then just see how it feels going down the road. Okay, here we go. The other thing I need to make sure that still works is the lockup for overdrive. Alright, made it back. Chip's still in there, so that's good. That means I actually got some data logs. Alright, so looking at the test on the trans brake, I can't really tell how quickly it comes up. I guess I could trace from wide open to when it starts making some boost. But okay. So it actually made about 2.5 pounds. So that's a lot more than I thought. So that's not a bad thing. But it's only up at 3,200 RPM, and I need to check the rev limiter and see what that's actually set to. I don't remember. It may actually be somewhere around 3,200 RPM because it looks like it's cutting. Well, I can't tell, to be honest. I don't know if it actually hit the limiter or if that was just kind of the most it could make, because no CO2 on the dome at all. So on the springs, it makes about 2.5 pounds. So everything else looks okay. Hard to say about the like the air fuel ratio on the 2-step, because it starts popping or cutting cylinders. You get raw fuel in the cylinder, so it throws off the O2 reading. It'll make it look like it's super lean when it's not. So yeah, torque converter seems like it's gonna work pretty good. So get it out to the track. Not this coming up weekend, but I believe the following weekend. We'll be in North Carolina. So another streetcar takeover event. That should be a good place to test it.